SJC-12241, James Murray, V. Advisory Board of Pardons.
Thanks. Mr. Murray, good morning. You have 10 minutes, sir. You may begin.
Yes. First, before I give my arguments, I'd like to thank the court for giving me to participate in the oral arguments. I view this as a rare and a special occasion. It's not every day that a jailhouse lawyer participates in an oral argument. I'm so honored and I'm blessed, and I want to thank the court. I will begin. I think I should begin by saying in 2002, I was granted parole by the United States Parole Commission. I think I was incarcerated at the time in Coleman, Florida. And I presented an argument at my hearing, and my argument literally quoted the parole language of the statute. And I'm going to try to quote it here in this argument. The statute reads basically in language that if there's a reasonable probability that a prisoner can live by the laws of society, and the prisoner's belief is not incompatible with the welfare of society, parole shall be granted. So I argue that forcefully, and the Parole Commission accepted it.
Mr. Murray, could you talk a little bit louder, please?
Yes, sir. I was granted parole in 2002 by the U.S. Parole Commission, and I argued that the parole language of the statute reads that if there's a reasonable probability that a prisoner can live by the laws of society and his belief is not incompatible with the welfare of society, he shall be released. The Parole Commission accepted that argument. They granted me parole. Shortly thereafter, a Massachusetts detainer came down on me and prevented me from being released on parole. And they asked me to sign a parole certificate, released me to Massachusetts. And I could not do that in good conscience because I believe, and I still believe to this day, that it's legally and morally wrong for me to sign a parole certificate when I'm ready for society. I can live by the laws by society. I'm no longer a threat to society. So this is where I stand today, 15 years later. I'm declining to sign my parole certificate. And I believe I argued that in my petition with this court. In reference to my doctors of law or theses I think I filed 3 or 4 of them. Basically, I believe that I can practice law limited to prisoners' rights that can keep me out of trouble, keep me a productive citizen. I can do well. I have family, my son and his mother. I love practicing law. I'm a jailhouse lawyer. Like I said earlier, it's a privilege that this jailhouse lawyer have an opportunity to participate in arguments. And this is where my life is at. And I'm 63 years old now, and I believe that I'm ready to release to society. And I would like to practice law. If it's, prisoners, limited to prisoners' rights. Not criminal law, not in front of a jury, just limited. Because prisoners in this day and time, they need help. And this is what I've been focusing on. I've been doing the best I can as a jailhouse lawyer, trying to help these inmates. That's basically all I have to say. If the court have any questions, I'll try to answer if I can.
What is the length of your sentence? When are you eligible to be released from federal custody?
Would you repeat that one more time, please?
This is Chief Justice Gantz. When are you eligible to be released from federal custody?
Oh, I can release any day. The way it's going to work in my situation is that I'll notify the U.S. Parole Commission that I'm ready to sign my parole certificate. They will grant me immediate hearing and parole me. I have no reason for them not to deny me parole again. I mean, all I got to do is sign my certificate. They waiting on me.
And if you are not paroled, is there a date at which you will be released, or is it a life sentence?
I'm doing a life sentence, but there's no question, there's no doubt. I'm a model prisoner. I'm out of here. Excuse my language. But all I have to do is notify the Parole Commission that I'm finally ready to sign my parole certificate, release me to the community, and I'll be released. But I cannot, in good conscience, sign a piece of paper sending me to do further incarceration. There's no need for further incarceration. This is what I believe. This is my conscience. This is my belief. And the parole commission paroled me to the community in 2002. And then a detainer came down on me. I have a 4 to 7 years for sentence for escape from the Child Street Jail, and 11 to 14 for armed robbery. Nothing happened. I mean, a crime was committed, true, but that's what any more questions? Have I answered your question satisfactorily?
Yes, you have.
Thank you.
Are there any further questions from the justices? All right, Mr. Murray, thank you. We will take the matter under advisement,
Thank you, and I appreciate this opportunity.
and we'll take our morning break.
All rise.